There was a question. Let me see if I can find it. Someone just wanted advice on, Catholic fatherhood. He said he was becoming a father in a couple weeks.
Bless
Cool.
him.
Which, congratulations. Let me see if I can find the exact question.
Can I give advice on Catholic fatherhood?
Yeah, I have no right.
Yeah, you do. If I could do it all over again, I would plant myself in a solid, healthy Catholic community of families, and where my children would have multiple positive influences and children to play with from multiple beautiful families, and I would chill. That's the one piece of advice I wish I could go back and give new dad me, is just to say, it's really okay, and you just need to relax. And I feel like when you are a parent of one child, you have the luxury of controlling everything, because they're little and there's one of them. So you can really control everything. And you're terrified of screwing up, and which kind of leads you to be more controlling, perhaps. But one thing you'll notice when you see larger families is there's a kind of joke where it's like the young kid, like the parents don't really care anymore, right? Or they don't care as much as they did with the first kid.
Yeah.
So the first kid's all high-strung and anxious, and the last kid's like watching a Marvel movie, even though he's 3 or something. And you think to yourself, okay, so what happened there? Is it that the parents got lazy and should be equally as vigilant with the last as they were with the first? Or did they begin to perhaps realize what was worth getting bent out of shape over and what wasn't? Or is it a combination of the two? So none of that is the advice to say, well, just let go. Like, who cares? Just expose them to all sorts of awful things, and that they should be fine. That's not the point. But it's just to say, I think sometimes we get in our own way as parents, and I think really all that, it's very easy to oversimplify these things, but love your wife well, love her very well, affirm her in front of people, affirm her in front of the kids, praise her in front of your friends, love her as Christ loves the church, put her before your new child, and try to create I don't know, man. That's not a very fully formed thought, but
No, that's
I just see these new parents, and they're exhausted, and they're at mass, and they're half sick, and their kids are screaming. And I just want to be like, stay home. Stay home. The Catechism very clearly says that the rearing of young children is a legitimate excuse to stay home from mass. Now, you might not want to, and that's admirable maybe, but don't kill yourself. The house is a mess. Sit home. Sit on the couch. Read a book to your kids. Let the house be a mess. Just.
Well, I mean, that's been. Oh man, there's so many things we didn't say. I think one of the most fun, unexpected things that's not even true. I think one of the most expected things was like how much help you gave so many of us at Mass this year. We show up at on Sunday. Cameron's there, and she takes Blaze from us. And we're like, whoa, this is awesome, and that was, I think that just, was so cool. It was just such a gift for so many of us, and I think it helped solidify. It's hard sometimes to receive gifts from people, and it was just like, but that one is like,
I was so honored
I can receive,
at daily mass when your wife was struggling with Blaze, and it was, I walked up to Alice and said, can I take him? I honestly would have not been hurt, that's the wrong word, but I would have been just like disappointed if she hadn't have received that. Because it's too easy to say, no, I got it.
Yeah.
So it's okay that you might not. Yeah. I want to hold him because he's really cool. So it's win-win. Yeah, it's hard. It is hard to receive gifts, isn't it? Like, we all want to kind of give gifts to the poor at Christmas, but we don't want to be the poor to whom people give gifts. That's embarrassing or something.
Right.
We don't want to be in a place of receptivity. So receive all the help that's coming your way.
Totally. I think I was on the way to the midwife center when Alice was about to give birth, and I can't actually remember if Andrew called me up or I had to call Mark because we forgot something in the house. I can't remember. I think it was Mark that said, "Hey, Andrew told me to tell you, just let Blaze teach you how to be a father.
Hmm.
And I was totally freaked out at that moment. You know, like I was pretty chill all throughout the pregnancy, super excited. And then it's like, oh no, it's about to be real. It's like, you know, it's happening forever. And we can't put him back in there, can we? You know, and it was just a perfect thing, you know, for me at that moment. I remember where just, all right, you know, God designed this too, so he could teach me what he needed.
Now, I don't think I could have, maybe I wasn't even coherent in what I just shared earlier, because this is still all sort of crystallizing in my mind, but even if it was crystallized, I don't think that 23-year-old Matt Fradd with his first son could have even heard it. I don't even think I would have understood what the person meant. Or I would have thought I understood, but not understood about just calm down. But I think so much of it is placing yourself in the right environment. Like if I'm working in a city, living in a house I can't afford, so I'm working overtime.
Yeah.
And now maybe I'm even telling my wife she's got to work. And I don't have that many friends around me, and my family don't live in the city. Life's just a lot harder, man. It's a lot harder than it needs to be.
Yeah.
Like, how hard does life need to be? That's a good question to ask. Like, how hard does your kid need to know piano and oboe and the harp and to learn Latin and Spanish? How hard does it need to be?
Well, not Spanish, but all the rest. Yeah,
all the rest, definitely Latin. So I you know, it's maybe I don't mean this, but I think if I could do it all again, here's one suggestion. I'd be like, certain factors prevented us from moving to Steubenville, but it doesn't have to be Steubenville, just any little town with good Catholics. Just move, plant yourself, find a network of saints who love Jesus Christ and want you to as well, and begin to raise your children together and have a little life, little peaceful life. And that kind of gets full circle to what we were talking about earlier. Like, I mean, you can run yourself ragged. You know, your house is expensive. You live in the city. You got to work double the amount of hours, or you could come here, buy a house, as I say, for the price of a car, and you might just get to chill a lot more. Anyway.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment below letting us know what you thought about the video.